Ever feel like there's too much advice out there when it comes to weight loss? One day you're told to cut carbs, and the next it's all about calorie counting. Then there's intermittent fasting, high protein diets, and magic supplements. It's enough to make your head spin. But here's the truth, you don't need to know everything to start. Today, I'm going to help you cut through the noise, focus on what really matters, and finally move forward without the overwhelm. We're going to talk about simplifying your weight loss journey. Why so much weight loss advice feels confusing. There's no single right way because different things work for different people. Most advice only gives you part of the picture, like focusing on what to eat, but ignoring mindset and habits. Marketing makes things sound urgent and complicated because let's be honest, simple and sustainable doesn't sell as well as lose 10 pounds in 5 days. The result, people get stuck before they even start because they don't know which path to take. The truth, the best weight loss plan is the one you can actually stick to. All right, the 3-step framework to cut through the noise and get started. Let's talk about that. Instead of trying to follow every piece of advice, focus on these 3 simple steps. 3. Ready? Step 1, pick one simple habit to start with. One. We don't have to do them all at once. Instead of trying to change everything all at once, choose one thing to focus on. Some easy starting points might be add a serving of vegetables to your meals. Just one serving. Drink more water. Take a 10-minute walk after dinner or go to bed 5 minutes earlier. Yes, those intentionally are simple. They're one habit that you can cultivate. Why this works, success builds confidence. When you see progress in one area, it's easier to take on the next step. Oh, but Kara, that's so simple. It's too simple. And that's the point. When things feel doable, you actually stick to them. I want you to, in step 2, tune out the noise and trust your plan. If you constantly switch plans, you'll never get results. Pick one approach and stick with it long enough to see what works. Give yourself permission to ignore shiny new diet distractions. If someone tells you about a new diet or a new fad, remind yourself, I have a plan that works for me, one thing at a time. Weight loss is like driving. If you keep changing routes, you're never going to get to where you're going. If you keep changing your diet, your way of doing things, you're never going to get to your end. You're just restarting all the time. Okay, step 3, are you ready? Use the good, better, best method. I have talked about good, better, best in so many ways. I've talked about it in habits. I've talked about it with food items. I have talked about it in so many things because it helps your brain not have to go for perfection. Usually I work with a lot of women who are very successful, even when they don't think they are. They'll find something they're successful in and then diminish everything else. But they're super successful, but they have this habit of trying to look for the perfect or the fastest or the most beneficial thing instead of just doing something. And so perfection isn't required. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Instead of an all or nothing approach, use this good, better, best. So good might be making any choice that supports your goal. Better would be making a slightly improved choice. Best would be making the ideal choice whenever possible. As long as you are doing something, you are still moving towards your goal. When you think everything has to be the best, we stop. We stop moving towards our goal. We stop doing things. It's a way to comfort ourselves. We don't want to make a mistake. We don't want to ruin it. And so we would rather not even try sometimes than to risk being wrong. So some examples, maybe eating fast food, but skipping the French fries. Maybe that's a good for the day. Like this is what I can do. And so I'm going to just make the best of it. So no fries today. I'll just have the burger. Or I'll just have whatever it is from fast food. Better might look like choosing a grilled option with veggies and still having it from fast food or carry out. Best might, and it might not, but it might look like preparing a home cooked meal and having more of a balance of meat and veggies, whole grains, healthy fats, something you would traditionally say, I'm going to feel pretty good after I've eaten this. My body really is going to like the nutrients. It feels good. This method, good, better, best, it keeps you moving forward even on off days. So on my busiest day, I can still go through the drive-through and know I did something for myself that's good. I don't have to feel terrible and then comfort myself by overeating later or letting it turn into a binge to comfort myself how I messed everything up and I'll do better later. So there's no more starting over. No more starting over on Monday or tomorrow or the first of the year. Just keep making choices that move you forward, even if it's part of the day left. I used to hear often from my mentor, why ruin an entire day when there's still the possibility of saving it? That meant I didn't have to do everything perfect. I could still save the day. So simplicity is the key to success. Why? The more complicated a plan is, the less likely you are to stick to it. Too many rules, too many ways to mess up, right? Simple equals sustainable. And sustainable, that equals results. Right there. Sustainable equals results. Weight loss isn't about knowing all the things. It's about finding a simple, realistic approach that fits your life. That's why I said pick something, one thing. How do you get started today? Pick one small habit to focus on this week. Ignore all the extra noise. That extra noise from your friends and what diets they're doing, your friends saying what you should and shouldn't be doing, your brain telling you how it's supposed to be or that you're not doing enough. Ignore that. Focus on the one thing that you said you're going to do this week. Focus. Use the good, better, best method to avoid the all or nothing thinking. How could I maybe level this up? 1% is enough. 1% looks so silly. Maybe it's a 2-minute walk. Maybe, how can I do just 1% better? That's what good, better, best is about. How can I make it just a little bit better? So, do you want some more support? I have 2 ways to help you take the next step. Choose the one that fits where you are right now. If you are just getting started and want a simple way to shift your habits without the overwhelm, I want you to grab my free 5-day quick start course. It is at coachingkara.com/free course. And if you are tired of figuring out everything all by yourself and you feel alone and want a clear, customized plan that actually works for you, book a free personalized solution call, coachingkara.com/free call. So free course if you want the free 5-day quick start course, and free call if you're ready to get going and you're wanting that personalized solution. We'll talk about what's keeping you stuck and create a simple, doable plan together. Whichever you choose, just take the next step. The most important thing, start. I'll see you next week. That wraps up another empowering episode of the Concierge Weight Loss Podcast. I hope you found inspiration and actionable insights that will propel you towards your weight loss goals. If you're ready to dive deeper and accelerate your progress, don't miss out on our free 5-day quick start weight loss course. Head over to coachingkara.com/free course to gain access to a wealth of valuable resources, guidance, and support. The time for change is now, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Remember, your transformation starts with a single step. Take that step today and unlock the life you deserve. Stay tuned for our next episode, and remember to keep striving for greatness.